Someone can be given a spiritual gift called a word of wisdom. Paul wrote, "To one, a word of wisdom is given through the Spirit." This can be illustrated, for example, when Jesus said to his apostles that when they will be arrested, "I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all the ones being opposed to you will not be able to resist." And Jesus added, "Whatever is given to you in that hour, speak this, for you are not the ones speaking, but the Holy Spirit." And Paul the Apostle, who wrote about the word of wisdom given through the Spirit, may have experienced that in the book of Acts. When Paul was arrested and had to stand before the Sanhedrin, composed of both Pharisees and Sadducees, Paul said to them, "I am a Pharisee, a son of Pharisees. I am being judged concerning the hope and resurrection of the dead." This would have been a word of wisdom, because the Sanhedrin was composed of both Pharisees and Sadducees. And having said this, a dispute between the Pharisees and Sadducees took place, and the assembly was divided. For Sadducees say that there is not a resurrection, nor an angel, nor a spirit. But Pharisees confess all three. So here, before that, Paul had been preaching about the resurrection of Jesus and then had been arrested for various reasons. But instead of mentioning the different reasons for why he was arrested, he mentioned instead that he was a Pharisee, and he mentioned that he was being judged concerning the resurrection of the dead, as fundamentally he was preaching about Jesus, who rose from the dead. And this created a division among the ones who were supposed to judge him, leading him to not end up being judged by them at that time. Similar instances of a word of wisdom could be seen in the life of Jesus. For example, some tested Jesus asking, "By what kind of authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this authority?" Jesus answered, "From where was the baptism of John? From heaven or from humans?" This will have been a word of wisdom, as we see next that the one were discussing among themselves, saying, "If we say from heaven, he will say to us, 'Then for what reason did you not believe him?' But if we say from humans, we fear the crowd, for they are all holding John as a prophet." So here, after this word of wisdom, they did not know how to answer. And because they did not really answer in the end, he said that he would not give them the answer also. Another example is when some tested Jesus asking, "Is it lawful to give a poll tax to Caesar or not?" Jesus answered, "Show me the coin for the poll tax." And the ones brought to him a denarius. And he says to them, "Whose is this image and inscription?" They say to him, "Caesar's." And here is when Jesus added, "Then give back the things of Caesar to Caesar, and the things of God to God." This would have been a word of wisdom, because on the coin of the poll tax, there was the image of Caesar. And so what is in the image of Caesar needs to be given back to Caesar. But the things of God needs to be given back to God. And so as they themselves were created in the image of God, they will need to give back what is of Caesar to Caesar, but what is of God to God.